What's going on, everybody? Welcome to BaseLine, where it's deeper than sports. It's your boy Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas is me. Met this guy 6 years ago in 2018. I had a very rough morning on August the 9th, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like how the day went, but it's cool. Ended up moving back to Dallas. Moved back home with moms. And met this guy right here, Josh DeMacy. One of the first things that we talked about when we met was sports.
Yep.
And we've been tight ever since then. Know what I'm talking about? And now we're on BaseLine together. So I want y'all to, know what I'm saying, show some love to my guy Josh DeMacy. Y'all gonna love this dude right here. He's gonna be the main researcher on BaseLine. He's gonna do a great job of pointing out necessary information, you know what I'm saying? So, Josh, welcome to the game. Happy to be working with you, bro. How's everything, bro?
Man, not turning around for the good, dude. At the end of the day, we all just gotta take them positives every single morning, no matter how negative it seems. Them positives are gonna always outweigh, bro.
Yes, sir, 100%.
I'm glad to be here. Glad to be a part of the show. Looking forward to a long, healthy future with the podcast, and it's gonna be real nice, real fun, man.
Real excited. Yes, sir. 100%. It's definitely gonna be a vibe, man. Because this is we actually talked about this in 2018 for a minute, and the fact that 6 years later, you know what I'm saying, we actually in the saddle doing this.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Back at that time, not many people were really out there. Really, in them, podcasts like that. Now, just try to come up with something a little bit different, something a little more entertaining, something, yeah, we here for sports, guys, but the goal is to kind of have a lot of teaching moments for everybody that can relate, man. It's we've all been through our own world of hell and back, and think by any way we could reach out to you, enjoy it. That's what we're here for, man.
Absolutely, 100%. You know what I'm saying? We pride ourselves on being authentic. We pride ourselves on transparency. We pride ourselves on being that escape, because it's 24 hours in a day, and BaseLine would be honored if we could be that 1 hour escape. You know what I'm talking about? You could just sit down and vibe with us and trip out with us. If we could be that therapeutic moment in the day. You know what I'm saying? We pride ourselves on that. So for you to allow us into your smart devices, allow us into your homes, allow us into your space, we very blessed. You know what I'm talking about? And it's gonna be an amazing journey. We happy y'all here for it. So Josh, let's go ahead and get right to it, bro. Steph Curry, 1 year, $62 million extension.
Quite a bit of money for 1 year, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Per the details of the contract, that should keep Steph Curry in San Francisco until 2027.
Yeah, and he doesn't have Klay Thompson this year, right? Didn't you mentioned he had recently just moved on over to Dallas? Is that correct?
100%. Klay, one half of the Splash Brothers is now in detail with Luka and Kyrie.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. That's gonna be one of those missing pieces that Dallas definitely was lacking last year.
Man. I mean, yeah, Dallas had a multitude of problems, you know what I'm saying? Knocking down threes and high volume was a problem. Defense on the perimeter was a problem. Now we got depth. Now we got shooting by adding Klay Thompson. We also added Spencer Dinwiddie.
Okay.
Yes. So so we have another 6'6" shooter out there. I'm looking for Dallas to raise some serious hell in the postseason next year.
Well, let me, it kind of comes back and let me ask you, I had remember you mentioned a lot of questions about his ability on his defensive aspect. Do you think these additions could be that area where he may lack? Does that pick up a little more intensity on that side of the ball for you, at least?
Defensively, he's going to have to work. As far as what he's going to be able to provide, that's something else. Because this is a recovered Achilles, this is a recovered ACL on opposite sides of the body. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no telling what his recovery process was. It ain't no telling what those injuries are doing to him now. But one thing about Klay Thompson is he ain't gonna hold you on effort.
Yeah.
Even if he's 60%, he gonna give you 110 every night on both sides of the rock.
You've seen it ever since he's been here. Even on games like you said, when he's not 100%, he's gonna be one of the biggest players on the field.
Absolutely.
He's gonna get you your points, vice versa. I just I've held on to the fact that the Mavs weren't supposed to be there. They weren't supposed to be. They did, and they had proven that as underdogs, and all the faults and doubts. You got to think it took all the way until Boston to,
bro. Because, man, we picked, look here, everybody. We picked everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas was good, but we weren't expecting them to do this. We picked everybody else. We picked Minnesota. We picked Denver.
The Minnesota was the most thing. They're all the way to the end. Not picking, but to make it all the way to the end, 100%. And
man,
not to sound bad on it, but NBA is my more weaker side of the sports aspect. It's not something heavily that I follow, but it's more of a online highlight stat based. Gotta read up the articles, right? Gotta stay in there somehow. But it's just
you definitely got to be in the know and know what I'm saying. Watch that shit on a religious basis to know what's going on. But if you watch enough ESPN and Fox Sports and read enough online articles, you'll come to find that people who are heavily immersed in sports, a small percentage of them have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They're operating on opinions. So,
the basis of the knowledge of what's going on and picking the pieces and operating on an opinion and a little bit of fact. I think it turns out to be a little more interesting than, like you said, man. Last time I was watching ESPN, I just feel like, man, these people are just rambling on about nothing. Like you're having an argument that has no point, no final ending, and it's like you're going on for 30 minutes. What is it? You just got nothing else to talk about? You just
It's really a luck of the draw for real. You know what I'm saying? You'll have moments where you'll be watching these sports shows and it's like, damn, the amount of research and analysis that it took for them to have these conversations. That shit is interesting. But then you have moments where it's like,
I'm here.
This dude really pulled that opinion out of his ass. He doesn't believe that. There's no way he believes that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can really tell when these sports analysts are on point and when they bullshitting with you.
And they defend their own opinion that they just pulled out their ass. Like it's like, we gotta listen to this guy because this sounds legit. But it's like, dude.
And the crazy shit, they sell you a bullshit take in a loud tone of voice.
Mm-hmm.
And they get you to buy it by talking louder. as if it increased in volume. It's gonna sway public opinion.
Steven?
I hate it here.
Is that guy's name Steven? What's that damn dude's name? The guy who's always was Skip. He used to be with Skip Bayless. Not Shannon Sharp. Stephen there, something.
Stephen A. Smith.
A. Smith, thank you. Oh my goodness, dude. I was having a brain fart, dude. That's what he does. When he's trying to make a point and he's getting beat, he gets louder on it. Like It just makes it sound stupid louder, bro.
Man, it'd be funny. It'd be funny. Like it'd be like 3 or 4 of the motherfuckers on TV at once, and somebody cooking the shit out of Stephen A. And he get uncomfortable. He started adjusting his neck in the seat.
Not even talking about the Cowboys.
No, that's blasphemous. That's blasphemous. Don't you say that. Don't you say that to me. Don't you say that to me on first take. You told me it'd be bad.
It's like, oh my God, bro. You know, it's like he comes off. Did he even play any sports, man? He just sounds like the kid that was like always bullied in high school, and he had to study up on everything just to.
Steve A can hoop. Steve A can fucking hoop, bro. It was a knee injury that he got going into his, I believe it was his freshman year of college.
Oh,
that derailed the whole situation. But the dude can write like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So he was able to transition to journalism while he was in Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
And everything else was history.
I mean, I can relate to that 100%.
Man.
But he kind of went on with it, you know, and it's like for me with it, I guess I kind of do it on the smaller stance. You know, it's gotten me to this position. It's gotten us to this point, especially like with the podcast, right? Getting like that stripped away from you, it doesn't make you stop loving, right? Stop wanting to be involved. Stop wanting to know, you know. So I completely understand his concept and how he's gone it. And you got to kind of respect the fact that he's able to do what he does, you know. But it's just funny. It's just funny that his tactics get like that.
Man. Baseball playoffs are right around the corner.
Yeah, man. That's another one that's just kind of like, I just kind of tune in when I can. I'm just gonna be honest with those certain ones, bro.
Man, look here. When it comes to baseball, man, for me, I really don't tap in until the postseason. That's way too many games.
It is.
162. Who in the fuck is gonna watch that?
I had a partner that rest in peace. His name's Gooch, and he was a big time baseball, and he actually got signed by the Brewers right out of college.
Oh damn!
Cuff, and that's what. Amounts of people that I know that have had the opportunity to go big, make it to the next level, and just crushed by a injury. But besides the point, you know, that dude, he had season tickets to the Rangers, and it was clockwork for him. He was there every dang home game. It was actually intense to realize he didn't make a game. But people do love it, bro. Oh, how, man. That's like every time I watch a game full on, I feel like I just spent 8 hours watching.
Man, it's really a game of anticipation for real. So it's like shit. If you're somebody who's fascinated by sitting up watching a chess match, baseball's great. if you're that person.
When you actually go, like, so I'll use Gooch for example again. Whenever I went to a game with him and actually, you know, kind of walked through and listening to somebody with that type of knowledge to understand it, you don't realize the amount of tactics and what's actually going on behind the scenes during the game. That, you know, like, I'm a big soccer guy.
Yeah.
People will sit down and watch a 0-0 game and be like, man, that was boring. And then I'll be watching the same exact 0-0 game saying, dude, that was such an incredible game. Even though they tied 0-0, just seeing how they design the tactics, how they move, how they adjust. Same with like the pitching and the batting and how they position their outfielders in baseball. To then kind of break down everything. It made me really enjoy baseball. You know, it's not like I hated baseball or didn't, you know, I've watched the kind of postseason type stuff, but whenever you sit there and you listen to somebody who is just that knowledgeable and into it and can break down everything that's happening before it happens. It was just,
Right.
you see it from a whole different perspective. You know, it actually was like, okay, I can actually do this baseball thing.
So I think I think the opinion on sports is really subjective because no one player plays the game the same way. No coach coaches the game the same way. But damn sure, you got 50,000 people in the stands. We're all not watching the game the same.
Exactly.
So it's really subjective. So it calls for a world amount of intelligence to look at a game and be like, okay, if this motherfucker didn't shoot so many threes, they might have won.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have passed a little more, he could have got more people involved. And the plus minus on the game could have been better.
And it's like, I guess to kind of go off with that too is, there's a bunch of coaches that probably have never played the game that could provide way more outlets and details and constructive criticism than a player that's played their whole life who becomes a coach. I guess
Yeah.
really comes down to what your knowledge is and how much time and dedication you put into it. Like you said, if we could see those things from the sidelines and we're not even coaches, then you kind of have to start questioning what's really going on down there.
Exactly. And the crazy part about this is we didn't write none of this. No, I'm talking about we took some time to get ourselves together.
Absolutely.
We press play, and this is what y'all got, man.
There's definitely going to be much more to come with this. This is, like you said, this wasn't something that we wrote down and said, hey, man, let's go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's try to do it like this. We want to give you something wholesome, something open, something real, And it's only going to improve. And it's love it. We love it.
Absolutely. That's the most important thing is, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to do something that you love.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can do something that you love with people that you really love, that's the icing on the cake right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So this isn't the business that I'm building. This is family right here.
Absolutely.
And if y'all don't know, y'all about to know. Because it's definitely getting ready to be up around here at BaseLine Studios, man.
Absolutely. And I do want to just let everybody know, as we're getting through and moving forward, we are going to be looking for guest appearances, people that we love that are just our family as well. Y'all are just as important to our group, our podcast, and this is going to be a fun year.
Absolutely.
It's about to be a real fun season, guys.
Absolutely, and I'm excited about the guests we're gonna have. My mom's gonna be on this season.
Hey, let's go.
yeah. Mama BaseLine's gonna be on this season. I believe my auntie is gonna be on this season. Couple of homeboys from college gonna be on this season. Couple of homegirls from college gonna be on this season.
I already got people interested too, and it's like I know my wife's gonna want to be popping, making her rounds, and I got friends, ex-athletes, and people who've gone far, and people who just been like me. We got a fun group of people that are gonna be making it. This is awesome.
Man, man, look here. Say what you want. We busy. Say whatever it is you want to. But I promise you, we busy over here. We over here working, man. And shout out to everybody else that's out there working too. Because I'm telling you, there is room for everybody. It is bread for everybody. It's opportunities for everybody. You ain't got to be no snake in the grass. You ain't got to be phony. You ain't got to fuck over the next person to get yours. Get your team together. Get everybody synchronized. And we're going to do what we need to do.
Absolutely, bro.
Because it's about baseline over here.
They're not gonna be ready, man. You know, they may be looking at this like, whatever. It's gonna be weak.
And they gonna say that
Mm-hmm.
until one morning they gonna find out. Yesterday's twice. It's not 2 days twice. Fuck you talking about?
Imaginary players aiming coach right.